Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through the big meeting at Rosehill Gardens. Yes, we're back at Rosehill Gardens this weekend in Sydney. We've got the quaddie legs to get through, the best bets, a lot of value in there as well. Of course, the $100 hot seat later in the show. Welcoming our chief analyst, Mike Wood. Mate, I'm still on a high after that visit down to Melbourne last week for the Moonee Valley, the Cox Plate, the Wink Stay. Oh, that was just amazing.
Yeah, great to be with you on a Thursday night, mate, but I wish I was with you last Saturday. I'm so jealous you got to go down there. Before we get started, mate, you were down there on Saturday, you saw it all. What was your Winks experience like?
Oh, mate, what a day, what a question. But look, I think the whole day going out into the mounting yard, seeing the presence of Winks out the back there, even the day stalls before that, out onto the track, no one was out the back, everyone was out the front. And, mate, just seeing that crowd lift from about the 600 metre mark, we all know what happened next. The race was over, but wow.
You are one of racing's biggest nuts, mate. So well described. Wish I was there, like I said. And what about this Saturday? One of the best racing days around Derby. I can't believe you didn't stay around and go to that one.
Mate, I would have liked to, but we've got some work to get on with.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Hey, talking of Derby days, one of your favourites. You've jagged a few of these winners over the years. Who have we got this year?
Absolutely love this race. 5.5 star a few years ago.
Yes.
Race high, preferment. I think I've backed 4 or 5 out of the last 7 winners. It is my favourite race.
Yep.
So I've got to be careful. No tips yet. Saturday morning, I have a close look. Thinking big will be hard to beat, but there might be more tempo this time.
Well, speaking of Saturday morning, Mike, we are looking to the heavens here in Sydney because 37 degrees on Friday. We're back to a good track. How good's that?
It's better than good. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. It's been such a hard carnival. Yeah. Heavy 8s, heavy 9s are all around. It's so hard to tip winners during that period. We've managed to keep the hot seat 100 okay, but definitely confident on Saturday. Group 1 racing in Melbourne, but confident racing in Sydney.
Well, if you're confident in Sydney, key factors have got to help us, Mike. Back to that dry, hard, fast Rosehill surface. You love it.
Yeah, so important. Let's have a look at the 4 key factors and see what we look at in these races on Saturday. We're looking at progression, how horses improve. Will your horse take a step forward or a step back in the Saturday races? Distance at stage of preparation, are they suited? Track conditions, it's not good, it's amazing like we said before. Dry or hard conditions, you can bet with confidence. And position in run, you probably don't want to be too far back on Saturday at Rosehill.
Well, look, let's kick it off with the first leg of the quaddie. It is race 6 at Rosehill, 1,300 metres, a handicap. My careless choice, first up since the Country Championships. Really interested to see how this horse goes. And Murahib, up from Melbourne, this duo, the Shadwell Stud and the Hayes Camp. They had a big day on Bendigo on Wednesday with 2 winners, and they know how to bring a horse to Sydney and just take some cash.
Yeah, what a great location down there. And they know how to get some winners, like you say, Stu. They've also entered for Tuesday Cup Day.
Ah, right.
And owners love a good cup entry, don't they? The owners' pavilion on a Tuesday. I'd love to be there one day. Let's have a look at the first leg of the quaddie and see these all-important race conditions, how they set up. Benchmark 78 to kick us off. 1,300 metres of fair tempo in this first leg. Good 3 is forecast. It's really hot, it's really sunny, especially on Friday. And we're expecting a fair bias. We haven't been to Rosehill for a while. The rail's true. It could be a little bit near pace if it's very firm, but hopefully it's fair on Saturday.
Okay, looking for that fair track Saturday. Let's have a look at the market now for the first leg of the quaddie. And it is Schubert for the boys in blue that is favourite for the first leg here. $3.60, looking for his first win this preparation. Murahib up from Melbourne, as I said, $5. And how about the punters here? They just can't make up their minds. $10, Careless Choice, Mapmaker, Chalmers, Organza, $11, Conachi, Volpe. Mike, this is an interesting betting race to kick off the quaddie.
What is going on there? The tabs made no decisions in the market, so we'll make a decision for them. Let's have a look at a couple of replays and see the ones we like. Murahib's coming up from Melbourne, but he's only ever won first and second up. Let's have a look at Schubert, who might have a slightly better profile. This is him last start, this is him second up, getting way back on a soft track. And he was pretty quietly ridden. I think he probably did enough, Stu.
Yeah, look, we were discussing this before the show, weren't we? He's just making a little bit of ground. He's not slicing, he's not dicing his way through, Mike, but just makes enough ground to sort of make you have another look.
Yeah, very sneaky run, second up. He's not being pushed really hard, patient ride, like we said before. Coming from a soft track to a firm track will be better for him. And also 1,300 metres third up, he'll be fitter on Saturday as well.
Well, maybe this horse is just waiting for third up. So let's take you to the third up run. Last preparation, because all importantly, Mike, same class, same distance and same conditions on Saturday.
He's almost got the quadrella. 3 of the 4 key factors are completely the same. If it was a Rosehill, it'd be exactly the same. Look, this is a really good benchmark 78. There's some good horses behind him. Beacon, Ruby Rampart, Fierce Impact. He comes to the outside. Beacon puts in an almighty sprint down the outside, but Schubert just too strong third up, Stu.
Yeah, I would have thought Beacon was just going to run past here, but got to love a horse that lifts.
Yeah, and there's Chapelko on the inside. He was better than him third up on a dry track last preparation, so he could be better at him on Saturday and improve again.
Okay, there's a look at a couple of replays for the first leg. Let's get into all the analysis now, the form and the key factors. Take it away with the gold bars.
Yeah, Moorhead was good, but he might taper off in his preparation. He gets the gold bar for form with Schubert, who was good last start and should have won first up.
Okay, so the form has lit up for the favourites as we get stuck into the key factors, progression.
Yeah, Organza, not quite sure what the Godolphin stablemate's going to do first up, but he could definitely do something fresh.
Okay, second one here, distances, stage of prep.
Yeah, definitely up from 1,000 metres to 1,300 metres. Mapmaker near the pace is a threat.
Okay, track conditions, very important here, back to the dry surface.
Yeah, Schubert's been waiting for this race. Dry Rosehill should really suit him. He's a strong, neat, muscular type. Mapmaker absolutely loves a dry Rosehill, and Volpe probably better than the Kenzo for him.
Okay, Schubert jumping ahead a couple of lengths here on that key factor. What about position in run?
Yeah, if you like on paces, and a few of our mates do, if you're a speed mapper at home, Mapmaker, drawn well, will be near the pace. He gets the gold bar for the positioning run.
Okay, Mapmaker making a little charge there late, Mike, but Schubert jumped right ahead there when you talked of a few of these horses getting back on top of the ground. Time for a bet now in the first leg of the quaddie. I'm sensing a little bit from you here. You've only showed two replays, and they were both for Schubert. $3.60 though for the punters. They're going to weigh that up. Muraheb, Mapmaker in behind. Look at all those on $10. But look, nothing's really lighting up here except the favourite, Mike.
I've gone round in circles so many times. Muraheb's only ever won fresh. Mapmaker's so deep into his preparation. His form ratings when he did win a few starts ago are just not as good as Schubert. Schubert's not that interesting. He's not that exciting.
Oh, wow.
He's third up, 1,300 metres dry track. He's an each way special and we'll think he'll win. He's great odds. He's the best bet.
Each way special to start the day. I like it.
Love the Godolphin horse.
All right, well, let's jump straight into the second leg of the quaddie now. It is over the 1,200 metres. It's another handicap. And benchmark 88, Mike, I thought Test the World was a very pleasing run first up behind Resin. And News Fan, how about this horse? 6 starts, 2 wins, 4 seconds, coming from the Provincial Championships in April. First up, very sneaky here and trained by Kim Moore.
Yeah, very good trainer, Kim Moore. Maybe we should ask Mark Orr on Twitter how it's going first up.
What do you think you'll get back?
We'll get nothing till after the race. Let's not try that. Let's see how it goes on Saturday. She's a fantastic mare and she'll be so hard to beat. Let's have a look at the second leg of the quaddie and see how it shapes up. Benchmark 88, 1,200 metres. They'll run some good time on a dry, fast track. The tempo will be fair. There's a couple that go forward, and hopefully the bias is fair as well. Okay,
let's hope we're off to a good start in the first leg of the quaddie. Let's have a look at the market now for the second leg, and that horse, News Fan, we know it's going to be right up there, Mike. $2.70, already in for some good support. Second on the line there, Dawn. It was a good replay we're about to show coming up, $3.90. Test the World there, like I said, I thought that was a decent run, $5.50 there. Out to Hysterical 7 and Our Malambo at 10. But News Fan, Mike, if this can repeat some of its early career runs, then it's going to be right in this race.
Yeah, 2 very good favourites. We're going to have a look at 2 very good replays from those 2 favourites. And they're back a few months, both these replays, aren't they? Starting with Dawn last June, 2nd of June, 1,200 metres, dry Rosehill track, a good fall. So it's even drier on Saturday. This is the first time she's been in these types of conditions. She's absolutely cruising behind a pretty good horse, an Easy Eddie, and she gets out just in time, Stu.
Yeah, look, you mentioned these a few times. Dry Rosehill, a horse that can just quicken. That's exactly what this horse does. Once it got into a bit of space, race over.
Yeah, she's an absolutely beautiful type. Big, strong, powerful Rosehill suit. She came very wide at Caulfield first up, and she ran home well enough. Second up back to Rosehill's perfect for her, the Hawks Galloper. All
right, well, the horse we mentioned, Mike, News Fan, it pretty much nearly could be undefeated. Let's have a look now at the run behind Serene Miss, because this was definitely a race that got away. Could have easily won this, should have won this day.
Yeah, this is the $600,000 Provincial Championships final. It won first up, it won second up. Third up, it was a little bit unlucky, just being held up slightly behind Serene Miss. And it was a lot unlucky this day. Absolutely cruising when there was a bit of pressure in the race. Finally gets out, what are we now, 125 out?
Yeah, just getting out.
Showing the whip for the first time, finds the line. She's a very good mare, and Serene Miss went on to benchmark 95 grade. Really good indicators for this horse on Saturday.
Okay, so if this is telling us a bit better than the benchmark 88 it's going to be facing on Saturday.
Could simply come back and brain them.
All right, let's have a look now at all the data and the analysis for the second leg of the quaddie, the form and the key factors. Mike, light them up.
Yeah, we've been favourable for form. We could have been more favourable. Gold bar just by length at the moment.
Okay, so the favourites on top here, Mike. Hit the key factors, progression.
Yeah, lots of progression in this race. Dawn, second up. Test the World, 3rd or 4th up. Hysterical can race well fresh. Newsfang gets a big gold bar because she's got big scope and upside.
Okay, what about the distance at stage of prep, the 1200?
Yeah, Strome's a surprising one. Going back to its fresh form, really good at 1200 metres first up. You can't leave this horse out.
Okay, still just a little edge to Newsfan here as we hit the dry track again, track conditions.
Yeah, you want strong, powerful types that can put a big sprint in. Hysterical just gets a gold bar. Newsfan and Dawn get big gold bars.
Okay, only a couple of strong, powerful types here. Mike, position in run, who gets it?
Yeah, Extreme Bliss gets a nice spot, but maybe she's not good enough.
Okay, now look, these two have absolutely streeted in front, Mike. You've made a big case here for these real Rosehill types. Let's have a look now at these prices because it's time for a bet in this race. I mean, you've got these two way out in front. I can sense a big Quinella play here. How about the exotics for those punters out there?
Yeah, these two are very much Rosehill 1200 metre types. We think they're going to clear out. They're going to be so hard to beat. Test the World will be on pace. Hysterical will be on pace. And they're both going to run really solid races. But when the sprint goes on 400 metres out, we don't reckon they'll keep up. Newsfan's the one that we're picking. First up, it could brain them like we said.
Yep.
But the other one's a good bet as well.
Okay, so the market's got this one right. We think $2.70 there for Newsfan, the favourite, in the second leg of the quaddie at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. Stick around and we'll be back with legs 3 and 4 after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We're up to the third leg of the quaddie this weekend at Rosehill Gardens. It's another 1200 metre sprint, and good to see Cradle Mountain back to the races for Claire Cunningham. And Mike, going through this form, I saw my mate Isa Rich there. I went back through every run this preparation. He hasn't been in the money, but mate, these runs have been okay, and he's going to start around 50 to 1 again. I'm already on for the place.
I'm not surprised you mentioned him. I'm not surprised you backed him. I'll probably back him as well. Why is he always overs this horse?
I know.
And what about this favourite? So hard to read this favourite first up.
Yep.
Let's have a look and see what the analysis says before we have a big bet on Saturday. Benchmark 88, 1200 metres. Strong, pretty honest tempo in this race. Good 3 conditions and a fair bias forecast.
Let's have a look at the market now for the third leg of the quaddie at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. And Cradle Mountain, we thought the punters would have come, and of course they did. $3 into $2.40 off those 2 trials. A really strong chance for Claire Cunningham. Isaurian's right there, $5.50. Star of Monsoon, fresh, interesting runner, $6. Maximus couldn't put the 2 wins together, but $8 there. Piracy as well, last start winner. But look, Cradle Mountain, Mike, it's going to be a short price, and let's have a look at one of these replays because this is why.
Yeah, let's have a look at one of the replays. Let's have a look at the best replays ever put together. This is a Randwick 1200 metres, and this is an absolutely unbelievable win. He's a bit of a raw type. He likes to lead. He likes to find the rail. His 2 trials leading into this were pretty good. But you've got to say last preparation, his form, you're not quite sure how to measure him first up. He won a Class 1, he won a Class 2, probably not good enough. He got beaten in Scone to start after this, but he definitely didn't get beaten this day, Stu.
No, look, and the question here, Mike, if it provides this sort of race, does it just win on Saturday?
Yeah, if he produces this rating, he simply wins on Saturday. The big question is he going to produce that rating on Saturday? Maybe the yard, maybe the market will help us.
All right, when we're looking for some of these replays, we sometimes go back to a horror story. And Royal Tudor, we're on it this day. This was an absolute horror story. You'll see it here in the red cap. But look, Mike, a big Rosehill striding type, fresh, it's got power, but just so unlucky this day.
Yeah, so unlucky this day, and so unlucky in so many of his starts. If you look at the race guide, you'll see the orange and red flags that show he's been blocked a couple of times. It shows he's been stuck very wide a few starts ago and stuck wide a couple of starts ago. He likes racing fresh. Oh. He likes racing at Rosehill Gardens. And you've got to say, you should have won this fresh start last prep.
Yeah, it's bringing back a few bad memories there, Mike. Just check, couldn't get out. But look, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a look at all these sort of replays just so punters can get their head around everything that's going on in the race. One thing that's going to help them is the form and key factors. So let's light up the gold bars.
Yeah, really interesting race, so hard to measure up. Looking at the form ratings, Cradle Mountain off his last start, you can't give him a gold bar. I saw it in Drachenfels, you can. Pretty patchy form there though, isn't it, Stu?
No, that sure is. That doesn't reflect the market. Maybe key factors will. What about progression?
Yeah, Cradle Mountain has got big progression. He can improve and do anything on Saturday. Star of Monsoon likes it fresh. Passage of Time, not too bad, fresh too. And Royal Tudor, we looked at him before, he definitely likes it fresh.
Okay, so we've definitely got a race on here. Distances, stage of prep.
Yeah, Drachenfels up to 1200 metres, should really love it. His last couple of starts for Godolphin before he was sold were brilliant, and he was jumping better as well. Royal Tudor, 1200 metres first up, is better than a mile deep in his prep.
All right, Key Factors has a race on here with a bit of value coming into it. What about back to the dry for a few of these?
Yeah, we're looking for Rosehill types. Maximus should like the dry, but the big Rosehill types down the bottom, Royal Tudor, Lord Von Costa and Isa Rich, all should love it.
Okay, there's a few levelling up here. My position in a run, does this give something a cheeky slant?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you're a favourite backer, you probably look at the barrier draw for Cradle Mountain, you see he's going to find the rail, and you just think he's going to keep going and not stop at Rosehill Gardens. Maximus will be right behind him though, and Royal Tudor right behind him. all those three should get nice inside runs.
Okay, a few of these punters that were very keen to jump into the $2.40 would have probably expected to see the favourite out by a bit more at the end there, Mike. Time for a bet. $2.40, that's what the punters have got us way up. Let's bring up all the key factors again with the ratings. And, well, Mike, on top, but $2.40, I don't think we'll be playing this one. We've got Maximus, Drachenfels and Royal Tudor, as we saw from that replay, all in behind. And, look, they're pretty much double-figure odds.
Absolutely wide open. Anything can win this race. Right down to the bottom, I saw Rich Lord von Costa. Piracy's even got a good big turn of foot, even though he sometimes peaks.
Yep.
If Cradle Mountain doesn't turn up on Saturday, absolutely anything can win. So we're playing small bets each way all day for this race. Royal Tudor, really hard to beat fresh. I think he'll firm on Saturday. And Drachenfels, his last two starts have been enormous. He's jumping well now, and he's drawn the inside. He'll be hard to beat as well.
Okay, so some real good value there. In the third leg of the Quaddie at Rosehill Gardens.
Watch the mounting out just in case, though.
We'll have a look at that. Royal Tudor for us. Let's have a look now at the last leg. It's 1,500 metres, a benchmark 88. And Mike Mahalunga, this horse absolutely pulled our pants down last start, beating many of these horses. And Fierce Impact, how about this? Just down to Melbourne for a cheeky little run in the Group 1 Toorak. Back to Sydney, Matty Smith. He's an astute trainer, this guy.
Yeah, he's going well, Matty Smith, and he's got my young Adelaide filly, so hopefully he keeps going well until the 2020 Oaks. I'm booking my ticket till. Let's have a look at the last leg of the Quaddie, 1,500 metres. Once again, a benchmark race. We're not talking about Flemington here, we're talking about Rosehill off-season. Benchmark 88, 1,500 metres, just a steady tempo, only a couple going forward. Good dry conditions and a fair bias, we hope.
All right, let's have a look at the market now. For the Get Out Stakes, it is the last leg of the Quaddie at Rosehill Gardens this weekend, and Mahalunga shooting for the hat-trick, $3.40 and well supported. Fierce Impact, back from the Group 1, as I said, $4 here. Don't give a damn. Coming off of, what's that, 4 heavy track start runs now, $5. Manhattan Miss right there in the market at $5. Out to Merivee, but Mahalunga heads the betting here, Mike, but this looks pretty competitive with these top four.
Yeah, he's a really good horse, and he was good first up. He won by a margin. We weren't sure how he was going to go second up, but boy did he go well. He was well backed, he settled just near the pace, he eased to the outside, and this is a really good win. He goes straight past Don't Give a Damn, doesn't he, Stu?
He sure does. And Mike, we've got to look a little bit wider on the track this day. This is the day they were coming wide, and look, it's just a really good win here, Mahalunga, Mike. But look, a few inside, but what do we make of these runs?
Yeah, no doubt. Just a little bit peaky late. He definitely improved this day. He came second or third at massive odds. Just the last 50 or 75 metres make you worry about him going up to 1,500 metres. A couple from the back. Palanthronius likes a wet track. Don't Give a Damn's the one that can improve, but he's also entered for Cup Day on Tuesday, so we'll see where he goes. The owners might prefer Cup Day again.
I would too if I owned a horse on Cup Day. Now let's have a look at this Fierce Impact, Mike, because let's face it, went down to Melbourne and ran in a Group 1 Toorak.
This is unbelievable form coming back to off-season benchmark racing. Matty Smith, we said before, he produced him well first up. This is him second up, coming to the outside, running on for a really solid 8th after being held up. Just shillelagh, just sprinted better than him there. The thing about this race is he finishes around Radipole, benchmark 95 rater, Murakeb, benchmark 95 rater, and just behind Noir, 105 rater. He's only rated at a 78 rater, so he's run enormous this day.
Yeah, look, just making his way down the outside there, back to Sydney, so look, we'll just have to wait and see. On Saturday, plenty to look at. Let's get into all the analysis, Mike, the form and the key factors for the last.
Yeah, I've got to say, maybe I've got this a little bit wrong. Looking at that form ratings again, Fierce Impact gets a gold bar for form, but he could have got a clear gold bar. That was a really good run last start, but Souchet is really well weighted on Saturday.
Okay, so Fierce Impact and Souchet from the form. Let's have a look at key factors now. Progression.
Yeah, big progression. Mahalunga's been good first up, second up. No reason why he can't keep improving third up. Manhattan missed. Finally had an upward spiral last start. And La Judge, I've got no idea. Could do something fresh for Waller.
All right, distance 1,500.
Yeah, Mahalunga definitely should love 1,500 metres. He's been fine in the line. Don't give a damn. The last time he was at the Rosehill 1,500 metres, he absolutely smashed them.
All right, now Don't Give a Damn's one that's going off the soft to the heavy, to the dry.
Yeah, should love it. Don't give a damn. Dry Rosehill track should be better than a heavy track, and Souchet off a heavy track back to dry is good for him too.
Okay, so we've got 5 runners right in this, Mike. What about position in run? Who gets the gun run?
Well, we don't know yet because there's a few questions. If Don't Give a Damn goes to Melbourne, Mahalunga might get across and get the gun run. He might get a gold bar, but the way it maps at the moment, Manhattan Miss leads at a steady tempo, with a big fella Don't Give a Damn on his outside. All
right, this is an interesting end to the day here, Mike. Plenty there. You haven't given us too much. Let's have a look now because it is time for a bet. The punters want to go home a winner, especially on Derby Day. So there we are. Look, 4 top raters there. We've got $5, $16 and $3.40. There's one here at 16s, Mike. You mentioned a few times Souchet. How close is this going to go?
Well, the thing is, that's the analysis, isn't it? Then you look at their record and you see 4th, 5th, 4th. And you might second guess yourself before you have a big bet. And look, I've got absolutely no idea in this race, Stu. This is a really hard race. There's so many questions in this race I just don't know the answer to. How's the Matty Smith horse going to go third up, coming back from Melbourne? How's Don't Give It Down going to go deep in his preparation? Mate, I hadn't missed, we'll stick with him. He improved last start, he can improve again. And Souchet for a new stable could do something at big odds.
All right, so Manhattan missed there in the last leg of the quaddie.
But no idea.
Time to wrap up this quaddie now, Mike, which geez, we've been close the last few weeks. Just that one leg holding it at bay the last few. Let's get it this week. You haven't given us too much there, not too much late. I think we're playing early here by the looks of it.
Yeah, race 8 looks short, but that's definitely not short, is it? Race 6, I just can't find anything else I'm interested in apart from Schubert. There could be 1 or 2 horses first up that surprise us, but he's the one. He's one of the best bets today. Race 7, Newsfan and Dawn, Rosehill, 1200 metre types that will clear out from the 400 metre mark. Race 8, let's get a 50 to 1 shot home. Brawl Tutor will do it 20 to 1. It's the first time we put in field for a leg. And race 9, not confident there either. They're the 5 favourites. Not really sure which one's going to win in race 9.
All right, confidence early in the program, but importantly, still 90.9% for the $100. And speaking of $100, Mike, the hot seat has been going well. We're just ticking over, still in profit. What do we got this week? I see one down in Melbourne for Derby Day.
It's been all about survival, hasn't it? Through this heavy 8, heavy 9, heavy 10 period at round week, we've held the profit through a really, really tough punting period, especially on Thursday nights when you don't know the conditions. Looking at what we're doing on Saturday. It's a really small, tough, special horse, this one, Yulong January. I just want to have $5 just in case. It's up to the mile. It could do anything. The best bets of the day, though, $20 each way, Schubert. You can have more if you like. $30 on Newsfan at 270, so hard to beat. A covering bet on Dawn. And there's the big open race 8. We've got a few small plays at odds. We had to put your namesake in ISO Rich Stu because you wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
No, let's hope he gets up for that part of the quaddie as well, because we're going to come home hard there, the quaddie. Well, it's Derby Day. It's just heaven for punters this weekend. But check out theraceguide.com.au for everything to do with Rosehill Gardens this weekend. And that's all from us here on the Key Factors. But have a good day. Have a good Derby Day.
Enjoy Derby Day.